Welcome back. All right, it's late, so I'm just gonna watch this. Donkey just dropped a new video. I'm sure I'll get copy strike, but it's fine. It's not a big deal.
After Heihachi was defeated in the first Tekken tournament, his rivals threw him off of a cliff.
Yeah.
They should have found a bigger cliff.
I'm so fucking early. This shit is at 480p, bro. Or he's just straight up releasing this shit at 480p, which would be, that's kind of funny. That's like Pog, because it's not like the Tekken 2 is gonna go higher than fucking 1080p. I don't think I ever played Tekken 2.
The thing about Tekken 2 is that it was developed in 1 year. This is one of those sequels that makes
One
the original
year.
game look like a prototype, vastly improving in every direction. The human characters look like people, and the bear character looks like a bear instead of what.
Damn, dude. Look at Kuma. I'm trying to think of like what was the first Tekken I played. It's some arcade one. Might have been Tekken 4 or some shit. Maybe
This
3.
animal is. Although
Whatever the guy with the samurai guy was
he
in
still
it.
looks like a beaver at the character select screen. Most importantly, Tekken 2 was the game to set the template for how the series
Who fucking
would
Ken?
continue to evolve,
Saw that? I think it's
boasting
Paul.
double the amount of moves and combos of the original game.
KO.
Which far surpassed competitors like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, but was still dwarfed by its main inspiration, Virtua Fighter 2. However, Namco.
You know what's crazy? I suck at fucking fighting games, but that's like one of the only shit that I remember playing back when I was like 8 and 9. I kind of remember playing like some Monster Rancher, and I tried Ragnarok Online when I was 8, but I didn't really start playing that till I was like way older, like 12 or some shit.
Wasn't simply trying to replicate Sega's success on the PlayStation. They were going to war.
I don't remember any of my PlayStation games, man.
Paper, Yu Suzuki series
That's
had
wild.
more strategic depth, but in practice, Tekken ends up being the deeper game, and that's because people can actually execute the moves in Tekken. Everything about Tekken was more intuitive and user-friendly. Inputs were easier. Combos had more lenient.
How do people
timing,
remember
punish windows were more obvious.
what the
Even
buttons
Tekken's
did?
AI played more fair. Where Virtua Fighter's
Doesn't make any
AI was
sense to
running
me.
12 different scams on the player, Tekken was only running 3.
Are you finished?
Tekken 2 is also where the developers started cranking up the coolness factor. Virtua Fighter was very reserved, very classy. It was more like, shall we?
Does anyone remember Dead or Alive? I only remember the Bikini Edition.
Tekken
That's the one, or the Beach Edition. That's the one I always tried to rent from Blockbuster.
Watching dinosaur fight a robot for $1 trillion bill. You have not experienced
Not my chair, not my
battles
problem.
of life until you have
That's the
fought
same
King
lizard.
in a dark church with the sunlight beaming down through the stained glass windows.
What was the
and this
kangaroo's
is what
name?
comes on.
Isn't King like a real wrestler?
The soundtrack is phenomenal. It gets you hyped up, but it plays it cool. It's high energy, but not high volume. Paul's theme comes in with these horns going over the stand-up bass, and then Herbie Hancock comes.
I feel like Donkey has such a good, like he has a good template, like he has a good, clearly he does video game reviews, Donkey views, and his template is like so refined after all these years, like you're watching a Donkey. If you like didn't see this name and you kind of just watched it, even if you like changed his voice, like how he delivers shit, his tone, everything, just crazy. His editing, I'm sure he has an editor. I don't know if he edits his stuff still.
Law's theme going way down to those low notes.
Oh, Law's trying to put that thing down.
Piano in the club.
Oh, Yoshimitsu! That's the dude. I might have played Tekken 2.
Interesting stuff happening here. June drives a school bus out to a forest so that she can play with a chipmunk. Wang's ending teases the character Jin.
Does this have a story?
Appear until Tekken 5. King
I
is
know the shit out
staring
of
at a
story,
video
dude.
of real people, and then all the little kids come out to play with King, and he goes, "Yay!" Unfortunately, the orphanage is running out of money, and King has turned to heavy drinking. The coolest thing to me is how the main characters swap roles. This time, Hihachi is the protagonist, and Kazuya is the final boss. During the final battle, Hihachi
Dude,
jumps in
Devil
front of a
Jin?
laser
Hell
to
yeah.
save Kazuya's life. Kazuya's stunned. Then he smiles, and he grabs Hihachi and uses him as a shield
Man's a genius.
to block laser beams from the devil man. and he shuts him at the Because of this,
Did all that shit happen in Tekken? Or did he like edit that?
Hihachi throws Kazuya into an active volcano because he threw him off of a cliff. When he was only 5 years old.
Damn, dude.
Ultimately,
It's clearly
Tekken
not
2 is a
working.
story of fathers and sons.
Drown him or
Looking
something.
back, all of these years later, we see the series in its infancy, full of promise and creativity, with greater things still yet to come.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy to me that those animations look like the animations that they're doing now. And I can't wait to see what the animations they're doing now looks like in the future. Like 20 years from now. It can't get any better, right? Like, it's probably the same thing I thought of when I was a kid 20 years ago. And now as an adult, I'm thinking the same thing. It can get better, right? Like, what? Like, how can it? I feel like there's only so much, processing power you can put in a computer. We maxed it out. Probably not, though. We'll see in 20 years.